Welcome back to Singly Loving. I'm Kate. If you're new here, welcome. Hello. I am a single foster parent and I make videos about my experience being a foster parent, and I hope it encourages anyone who is a foster parent, who is thinking of becoming a foster parent. Maybe you're a single foster parent, or maybe you know someone who's a foster parent. And I hope that my videos encourage you, maybe help answer some questions, or just get to see the craziness that is my life as a single foster parent. I'm going to be starting a series on common reactions I get from people when I tell them that I am a single foster parent. So please leave your comments down below, maybe any questions that you have for me about being a single foster parent, and I can try to answer that from my own experience. But for today, I hope you enjoy this video. So today I am back home at my parents' house in Michigan, and I got a chance to sit down with my younger sister, Tara, and ask her what it was like when I told the family and told her that I was becoming a foster parent. And I loved our conversation. It was so much fun. It was so cool to even talk to her about some things that we haven't really even opened up to each other about before. It really meant a lot to me, this chance to sit down with her and hear about what she thought. And so I hope you enjoy it too. I hope you learned something and enjoy meeting my sister and learning a little bit about her and our relationship.
Okay,
what do we do?
No.
Okay.
I never have. Anyways.
So this is my sister, Tara.
Hi!
How old are you, Tara?
28.
28. So she's like 2.5 years younger than me. So I wanted to ask my sister, Tara, a common question that I get. And I thought instead of myself answering this question, I would actually have my family answer it. And the question is, what does your family think about you doing foster care? So, when I told you that I was going to be a foster parent, what did you think?
I wasn't very surprised. I thought it definitely sounded like something that you would do, but I wondered how you were going to make it work. And yeah.
Mm-hmm. So what were some of the concerns that you had when I told you that?
Well, my biggest thing was the heartbreak of having a kid and giving the kid up, and just how hard that can be. And yeah, I just didn't know how you would make that work and how that would affect you. And so I was kind of worried about just like your emotional well-being dealing with it. I also, like, being single was another thing that I was like, holy crap, like, it's hard enough to take care of yourself, let alone another human being by yourself. So that was, I just can't even fathom how you do it. So that was definitely a question.
Yeah. So what have you thought in this past year since I've been doing it? What have you thought?
Oh my gosh, you've gone through so much, and it's been incredible. Like, am I allowed to say his name?
No, I'll bleep it out.
Okay, sorry. So, when you had your first foster experience that I got to be involved in, it was so cool. We did so many fun things, and it felt like he was my nephew, you know, and that you had this child that was yours, and it's just been like a journey to watch you too. I think it's a really awesome thing to do. I'm sorry, I'm really emotional about it. I think that, like, being a foster kid myself, it makes me happy to see that you're doing something like this and helping these kids that definitely need that help and love. And it's inspiring, and who knows, maybe one day Brian and I might even do something like this, just because watching you and your journey has inspired me to want to make a difference in children's lives too. And I don't know, it's just, the past year has been crazy. I can't believe, like, one day we'll get this text message from you and it's just like, oh, by the way, I'm getting a kid tomorrow, and it's crazy. It seems like this whirlwind of emotions, and it's fun. It seems like it's fun, at least.
Yeah. I feel like as a family, you guys handle it maybe differently than other families would because of our experience already having done some foster care type things before. So
Right.
I don't know exactly how you guys feel, but I kind of get the sense that, like, when I send these texts that say, oh, I'm getting a child, like, there's, like, excitement about it, and it's not too weird. Like, it's still
Right.
weird, but it's not too weird for us.
Yeah, I think that it's definitely, like, a little bit weird, but I don't know how you normalize something like that, where it's very strange for a child to be going from one place to another, and I can't imagine what it's like to have this newborn baby in your home and all of a sudden you're mommy to it, you know. It's crazy. So it's a weird situation in general, but I think our family has a lot of experience with, like, the foster care system in general, and I think our family just really wants to be supportive of it because we've gone through it, and also we know how difficult it is, and, like, the frustrations that come along with having a kid in your home and maybe where that kid is going to go to next, or just, like, how the system might be operating. And yeah, so I think everybody's just kind of excited for you, and then also myself, like, I worry because I know that there's a lot of parts of it that are frustrating and really difficult, and just having the strength to continue to do what's best for the kid while they're in your home and do things to encourage that kid and help it grow and have that love, and then kind of try to keep out all of that negative stuff that's going on. And that's, it's pretty crazy.
That was really good. That was really good. So I'm going to ask you a question you didn't know I was going to ask you. So I remember when I first told you, maybe not the first time I told you, but first time when we were discussing it in person, your first response was, I could never do that. I would never. Now you're saying that maybe you will. So, like, why was that your initial reaction, that you would never do it?
It's funny because, like, I've always pictured having children of my own. Even being a foster placement, it's hard for me to realize how you can have somebody else's child in your home and still love them and provide the same kind of care that you would for your own children. And then there's a lot of struggles that comes with it too. And what if I get placed with a 16-year-old who is like every other 16-year-old and hates the world and hates their parents and is really difficult to take care of? And, like, do I have the strength to do something like that? I absolutely have no idea how I handle it. I don't know how everyday parents handle teenagers, let alone a kid who's been through so much. And so that sounded really scary to me, to, like, you don't know what you're going to get. Your next call could be a placement with a child who may have a lot more issues than what you're prepared to handle. And so, yeah, my first reaction was definitely, like, scared. Like, how on earth do you have the strength to handle that, and, like, the unknown of it all? It's very scary.
Yeah, I think it's a common reaction. But I know it's probably compounded by the fact that you experienced things in the system, and hurts and pains, and there's probably some, like, revisiting some trauma when you think about, like, if doing that yourself, like, for another child. So.
Especially just some of the things that our family experienced with how, like, our little brother and I handled foster care completely differently, and just the emotional side of it, and seeing how our little brother was affected by that, and he was one of those cases that was really difficult and didn't adjust very well in the beginning, and he has grown up to be a good person, and definitely he's gotten through that. But yeah, getting a case like that where, especially I think sometimes boys tend to handle it differently. They're more angry, and I just couldn't imagine getting a 12-year-old child who has no way to show his anger, and so he's punching holes in the wall or something like that, you know?
Yeah.
Just that thought is so scary.
Yeah, for sure. Anything else you want to say?
No, I just think that what you're doing is really awesome, and I have no idea where it's going to lead you, and
Neither do I.
that's crazy to me. I just want to continue to be supportive and there, and every one of these children that I get to meet is impacting my life in some crazy way too, so it's really cool. And that, like, if it's making you happy and you're making a difference, then by all means, I hope you end up with as many children as you could possibly get, you know?
Thanks.
No problem.
Awesome. Thank you, Tara. So that's my sister. I hope you enjoyed this video. I will talk to you all later. Thanks. Bye.
Bye.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, you guys want to be in a video? Okay. Oh my goodness. Thank you. Good girl.